All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kwadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, and on down there rule well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson. I have alone the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai allows it to go, and I want to name the video, Another Bank is Going Down the Toilet. All right, or Another Bank is Failing, or whichever title Yahweh Shai sees fit I use. But Lord wills, brothers can see on the screen, I did a simple Google search for First Republic Bank, and I was watching a guy, Jeremiah Babe, which he goes in, speaks about the financial system, what's going on in the financial world and all of that. All right, and he mentioned this bank, First Republic Bank, which is pretty much suffering the same thing that Silicon Valley Bank was suffering before they went down. All right. And again, I did a simple Google search for First Republic Bank, and it's all bad news. And there's really no, for what I've seen, even on the Drudge Report, they're not even talking about this. So I'm pretty sure on the mainstream, they're not. I haven't seen all mainstream outlets, but I'm pretty sure they're not talking about this because they're talking about Trump and Tucker Carlson getting fired and Don Lemonhead getting fired and all of that. Um, just a bunch of distractions. But meanwhile, this is going on, the NFL draft and all of that, and other garbage. Somebody broke up with somebody or something like that. Just other garbage and folly. But you got this going on behind the scenes. All right. So it says First Republic shares hit record low. Like the guy Jeremiah Babe mentioned. All right. And I might play a little bit of his video. Um, this is the same thing that was happening to Silicon Valley Bank before they went down. First Republic shares hit record low after reports say government unwilling to intervene. And we heard Janet Yellen, even though they did bail Silicon out somewhat, they did bail him out somewhat. Janet Yellen, the treasurer in Biden's cabinet, she first came out and said that they weren't going to help them. All right. So all these banks continue to crash, fall apart. And it's really to get rid of these smaller banks, these credit unions and all of that, and have everybody um on a one world banking system. The big banks survive basically. All right, because they're gonna have it where um you take the basically they're down with the CBDCs. Basically, they're gonna encourage you to get the CBDCs. All right, a CBDC or the CBDCs, which we know what the end game of that is. It says First Republic keeps crashing, pleading with big banks for rescue. Right, the big banks, just like they did Silicon Valley and other banks, just buy them up, buy them or just take them over and basically make them a part of their branch or whatever. One world banking system. First Republic stock slide more than 30%. Bankers pitch to save First Republic, help us. And again, this is CNBC. But again, their headlines, they ain't saying nothing like that. You gotta Google it to find out what's going on. It says bankers pitch to save First Republic, help us now or pay more later when it fails. Pressure mounts on First Republic as its stocks continue to plunge. 2 hours ago, all this was a few hours ago. First Republic Bank to weigh up to 100 billion in assets. We are working to restructure our balance sheet. Chief Financial Officer Neil Holland said in a statement. First Republic stocks slide further on questioning around its survival. And all this is an hour ago, 1 hour ago, 2 hours ago. First Republic stocks continue to fall amid mounting worries. Bitcoin prices jump in the wake of Republic Bank price crashing. And probably like it did with Silicon Valley, probably it would go completely down Friday. Just speaking as a man, but the same thing happened with Silicon Valley. All right. All 6 hours ago, a few hours ago. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play a little bit of what the guy Jeremiah Babe said. Play a little bit of his video. They can expound on it better than I can. Or speak on it better than I can. Let's see here. Okay, let's do it.
If you can dream it, then bread provides. Yeah, cause bread loves everyone.
So
And it's the type of journey that should be fun. The life you always wanted, time.
yeah,
Here's another one. Car loans, so we're going to see more trouble there. Here's another one.
Start it over.
Today, it's Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. A lot to talk about today. I will start by saying this. The U.S. banking sector is a dead man walking. More bad news today in regards to the banking sector, and it is another wake-up call that things are broken and things are going to continue to get much worse. Weeks ago, many of you, when SVB went down, many of you said it's just the beginning. Many more banks are going to fail. We will see more.
It is just the beginning. More banks are going to collapse. They're going to crater. All right, again and again, it's to get. I believe, just speaking as a man, because like that article, one article said they're begging for the big banks to come save them, and all they're going to do is take over. Oh yeah, and you with the U.S. has put nukes off the border of South Korea, and Biden's over there now. All right, war drones beating louder, but yeah, the big banks, they're begging for the big banks. So they're going to sell out to the big banks and get everybody on this one world banking system or whatever, and get everybody pretty much under the big banks. All right, and again, they're going to push the CBDCs. All right, eliminate these small banks and get everybody on under these big banks, and the big banks are going to have it where you only way you can um all dollars, yeah, more news, financial news, but get all these nations, get all the people slacking under this big bank, when big world these big banks, and they're going to push the CBDCs on people, which the end game of that is what, the Karagma.
Bank runs. This isn't me. This is you. Many of you already forecasted this, predicted this, that it would happen, and here we are today. First Republic falls nearly 50%. Their stock fell nearly 50% to record low after reporting massive deposit drop. And what's really astonishing here is 6 weeks ago, First Republic stock was around $120. Today, under $8 a share. They're saying First Republic Bank is saying that they may have to sell $100 billion in assets. So my question is, that $100 billion in assets, is it really worth $100 billion? I did not look at their portfolio, but I'm assuming that they own a decent amount of commercial real estate. And there's going to be a rude awakening for these banks that think that they're going to be able to sell assets off and raise capital because they're going to find out that their assets aren't worth what they thought that they were or what they paid for them. So we're going to continue to see more banking trouble. We're going to see more bank runs. Again, the banking...
Yeah, bank runs, people running to get their cash out of the banks. The bank's failing. So I'm pretty sure, people out there that are banking with First Republic or whatever, they're probably running right now as we speak, going to get money out of the bank. All right. And what is that going to create? It's going to cause the people taking their money out, which the banks don't have all the money there. All right. Taking what money's in there, all right, that's there, taking it out. All right. The banks fall apart. And that also creates violence because people are going to try to get their money out, standing in line and all of that. And when people can't get their money, they're going to be pissed. All right. So, yeah, man, it's about to go down to Babylon, man. All right. It's about to go down to Babylon. And start like we always say, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. I've been warning our people about this for years, telling our people about this for years. But the majority of our people don't listen or don't want to hear it. All right, so they're gonna get caught with their pants down. All right, they're gonna get caught with their pants down, and that's gonna wake Jake up. When they take Jake, they start taking Jake's money, start messing with his bank account. That's when the Jake is gonna wake up. All right, That's when Jake is gonna wake up, but it's gonna be too late, and all hell is gonna break loose. This Jeremiah chapter 50. Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Right? Everything in Babylon is crashing. The banking system's crashing. Just everything's falling apart. The national debt is $31 trillion. I believe they still haven't reached an agreement on the U.S. debt ceiling. All right. So everything in Babylon is falling apart, especially the money system. The financial system is collapsing. All right. Forsake her, let us go, everyone into his own country, for their judgment reached unto the heavens and is lifted up to the skies. So there's no fixing this place, man. There's no fixing the banking system. There's no getting out of that $31 trillion of debt. All right. And so on and so forth, man. So yeah, man, just definitely something to keep an eye on, man. Cause look, another banking nightmare, like Jeremiah Babe video said, another banking nightmare today. Get your money out. And again, a lot of people want to bum rush these banks, try to get their money out of the banks. All right, and I believe sooner than later, Esau is going to start setting up troops, sending the troops out there to protect these banks, to guard these banks, to limit how much money people can get, and that's really going to make people go crazy. All right. So yeah, just something to keep an eye on. Again, this week, today's actually Wednesday. I think it's what, the 25th, 26th, Wednesday 2000. I mean Wednesday 20 Wednesday, April 26th, 2023. The year of the Lord will, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shadows on the begotten Son, bring all the prophecies to pass. Just something definitely to keep an eye on, because again, this is the same path that the Silicon Valley Bank went down before they fell apart. So by Friday, or maybe even tomorrow, or later on today, you can hear about how this bank is out of there, or people are running to the banks trying to get their money. Just something, um, something crazy happening, man. All right. So with that, I'm going to say shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone, and peace and safety to you, brothers that pushes truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.